Hey everyone, I want to share something that completely changed my life. For years, I struggled with learning, feeling like I was always behind or just not smart enough. I relied heavily on rote memorization, which, let's be honest, rarely sticks. But then, I stumbled upon a collection of books that truly transformed my approach. These weren't just any books. They were guides that taught me how to learn more effectively, more efficiently, and with much greater retention. My learning process saw a significant improvement, shifting from endless, frustrating hours to focused, productive sessions. It was a complete paradigm shift, moving away from simply trying to remember things to actually understanding and integrating them. My goal today is to share these powerful resources with you. If you're looking for better, faster results in your own learning journey, then stick around. These insights are game changers. The central philosophy I derive from all these books is simple yet profound. Learning isn't about how much effort you put in, but how smart you are about that effort. It's about working smarter, not just harder. This emphasis on efficiency over sheer effort alone is what truly unlocks your potential. It means understanding the mechanics of how your brain learns and then leveraging those mechanisms to your advantage. It's about optimizing your process. You can spend countless hours rereading notes, but if you're not engaging with the material in the right way, much of that time is wasted. These books taught me to prioritize strategies that yield maximum results with less wasted energy. It's about making every minute count and ensuring that your learning sticks for the long haul. This core message underpins every technique and insight we'll discuss today. First up is Make It Stick: The Science of Successful Learning. This book was a revelation, primarily focusing on the immense importance of active recall. It taught me that simply rereading material is one of the least effective study methods. The key strategy it champions is spaced repetition. This involves reviewing information at increasing intervals over time, which significantly strengthens memory traces. It's about challenging your brain to retrieve information, not just passively absorb it. The book directly challenges many common practices we've all used, like highlighting or endless rereading. It argues these methods create an illusion of mastery without actually solidifying knowledge. They feel productive, but often aren't. Instead, Make It Stick advocates for several powerful practices. One is self-testing, where you quiz yourself frequently on the material. Another is mixing up study topics, known as interleaving, which helps you differentiate concepts. It also emphasizes focusing on deep understanding rather than surface-level memorization. When you truly grasp the underlying principles, you can apply them in various contexts. This leads to a much more robust and flexible knowledge base. The desired outcome of these techniques is long-term retention of knowledge. You don't just remember something for a test, you integrate it into your permanent understanding. This is crucial for real-world application and continuous growth. It encourages learner engagement by urging you to actively wrestle with the material. Don't just be a passive recipient, become an active participant in your own learning process. This active engagement is where true learning happens. The result is solidifying knowledge in a meaningful way, making it accessible and useful whenever you need it. This book truly changed how I approached every new subject. Next, we have Ultralearning by Scott Young, a book that completely reshaped my perspective on intense skill acquisition. Its core concept is about taking ownership of one's learning journey, designing your own curriculum, and executing it with precision. Young's approach is all about focused and efficient skill acquisition, often in a compressed time frame. It's not just about learning, it's about mastering complex skills rapidly through deliberate practice and strategic planning. The book emphasizes several key elements for successful ultralearning: Deep immersion is one, where you fully dedicate yourself to the subject, minimizing distractions. Strategic planning is another, outlining your learning project with clear goals and methods. A significant benefit of this structured approach is avoiding burnout during intense learning periods. By having a clear plan and understanding the process, you can sustain high levels of effort without feeling overwhelmed. It's about managing your energy. For any learner, the first action is to identify specific learning goals. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be precise and measurable. This clarity provides direction and motivation for your Ultralearning project. Then, you need to develop a personalized strategy for achievement. This involves researching the best resources, designing practice exercises, and setting up feedback loops. It's your roadmap to mastery. Ultralearning taught me that you don't need formal institutions to learn complex skills. With the right mindset and a structured approach, you can achieve incredible things on your own. It empowers you to be your own best teacher. Now let's talk about The Speed Reading Book by Tony Buzan. This book was instrumental in helping me tackle the sheer volume of information available today. Its primary target skill is to significantly improve your reading speed. But it's not just about reading faster. It's equally focused on enhancing reading comprehension. Buzan makes it clear that speed without understanding is pointless. The goal is to absorb more information in less time, effectively. The book provides a wealth of techniques for both speed and information retention. It teaches you to break free from old reading habits, like subvocalization or reading word by word. It encourages you to see reading as a visual process. One key insight is that faster reading doesn't sacrifice understanding. In fact, it can often improve it. When you read faster, your brain is more engaged, preventing it from wandering. This leads to better focus and deeper comprehension. Buzan introduces methods like using a pointer to guide your eyes, expanding your visual span, and previewing material. These techniques train your eyes and brain to process information more efficiently. It's a skill that can be developed. The practical application of these methods has been invaluable for me. I can now get through dense articles, reports, and even entire books much quicker, extracting the core information without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. This book is a must-read for anyone who feels buried under a mountain of text. It empowers you to consume information at a pace that keeps up with the demands of modern life, making you a more effective learner and professional. Finally, we come to A Mind for Numbers by Barbara Oakley. This book is a lifeline for anyone who has ever struggled with challenging subjects, particularly math and science. It demystifies the learning process for these often intimidating fields. Oakley provides incredibly practical strategies for approaching complex material. She explains how our brains learn, distinguishing between focused mode and diffuse mode thinking. Understanding these modes is key to problem solving. A huge benefit of this book is how it makes difficult topics more accessible. It breaks down complex concepts into manageable pieces and offers techniques to overcome common mental blocks. It shows you that these subjects aren't just for gifted people. It helps you understand complex concepts by teaching you about chunking, which is grouping information into meaningful units. This allows your working memory to handle more intricate ideas without getting overloaded. The underlying message of A Mind for Numbers is profoundly empowering. Anyone can learn these subjects with the right approach. It's not about innate talent as much as it is about applying effective learning strategies. Oakley introduces concepts like the Pomodoro technique for focused work and taking breaks to allow diffuse thinking to occur. She also emphasizes the importance of sleep for solidifying learning. These are practical, actionable tips. This book has been invaluable for me in tackling subjects I once thought were beyond my grasp. It provides a roadmap for building a strong foundation in any challenging area, fostering confidence and competence. So, what's the big takeaway from all these incredible books? It's about embracing diverse learning techniques. There isn't one magic bullet. Rather, it's a toolkit of strategies that you can adapt to different subjects and situations. Crucially, prioritize understanding over mere memorization. True learning means grasping the why and how, not just the what. This deep understanding is what allows you to apply knowledge creatively and effectively. Consistently test your knowledge. Don't wait for an exam. Make self-quizzing a regular part of your study routine. This active recall is one of the most powerful ways to solidify what you've learned. I've only scratched the surface of the wisdom contained in these pages. I'd love to share more practical tips and specific exercises from these books in future discussions. There's so much more to explore. I encourage you to pick up one of these books and start your own learning transformation. What are your favorite learning books or techniques? Share them in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going and help each other become better, faster learners.